The Young and the Restless Spoilers Shock. A heartfelt reconciliation, Kyle and Summer's journey back to each other. The courtroom battles and the relentless tug-of-war over Harrison had left both Kyle and Summer drained, both emotionally and physically. Their relationship, once filled with love and passion, had devolved into a bitter struggle for control, each determined to prove that they were the better parent, the more deserving guardian. But amidst the chaos, a question began to surface in both their minds: what were they really fighting for? Was it truly about Harrison, or was there something deeper, something unresolved between them? Kyle often found himself reflecting on the past, on the love they once shared, and on the moments when it all began to unravel. He couldn't ignore the nagging feeling that the intensity of their fight for custody wasn't just about their son, it was about each other. Every time Summer stood up in court, fierce and unwavering, he saw a glimpse of the woman he had fallen in love with, the woman who, despite everything, still cared deeply for him. Could it be that she was fighting not just for Harrison, but for him as well? Summer, too, was plagued by doubt. She had been so focused on winning, on proving herself, that she hadn't stopped to consider what her victory would mean. Would she really be happy with Harrison if it meant losing Kyle forever? The thought of life without him, without the man she had once planned to spend her life with, was unbearable. And as the custody battle dragged on, she found herself questioning her own motives. Was she truly doing this for Harrison, or was there a part of her that still longed for Kyle, despite all the hurt and betrayal? One evening, after another exhausting day in court, Kyle and Summer found themselves alone together, away from the prying eyes and the constant tension. The silence between them was heavy, filled with all the things left unsaid. Finally, Kyle broke the silence. "Summer," he began, his voice thick with emotion, "I've been thinking about us, about everything we've been through. And I can't help but wonder, what are we really fighting for?" Summer looked at him, her eyes searching his for answers. "I don't know, Kyle," she admitted softly. "I thought it was about Harrison, about being the best parent I could be. But now, I'm not so sure." Kyle nodded, feeling the weight of her words. "I've been feeling the same way. Watching you fight so hard, it made me realize something: I don't think I ever stopped loving you." The admission hung in the air between them, and for a moment, neither of them knew what to say. Then, Summer took a deep breath, her voice trembling as she spoke. "I never stopped loving you either, Kyle. I've been so angry, so hurt, but deep down, I think I was just scared. Scared that I'd lost you for good." Kyle reached out, taking her hand in his. "Summer, I'm sorry, for everything. For the pain I caused you, for the mistakes I made. But if there's one thing I'm certain of, it's that I want to make things right. I want to be with you, to make you happy again." Tears welled up in Summer's eyes as she listened to his words, the sincerity in his voice breaking down the walls she had built around her heart. "I want that too," she whispered, her voice choked with emotion. "I want us to be a family again. For Harrison, for us." The realization that they both still loved each other, that they had been fighting not out of hate but out of fear and longing, was overwhelming. The anger and resentment that had fueled their battle melted away, replaced by a deep sense of relief and hope. They had been through so much, but maybe, just maybe, there was still a chance for them to rebuild what they had lost. As they embraced, holding each other tightly, the weight of the past few months seemed to lift. They cried together, releasing all the pain and heartache that had built up over time. It was a cathartic moment, one that brought them closer than they had been in a long time. But with this reconciliation came new challenges. Was this the right decision for Kyle? Could they really move past the hurt and build a future together? And what about Claire, the woman Kyle had been seeing during their separation? How would she react to being cast aside so suddenly, especially after Kyle had promised her a new beginning? Kyle knew that his feelings for Claire had never run as deep as those he had for Summer. What he had with Claire was exciting and new, but it lacked the depth and history that he shared with Summer. He realized now that he had been trying to fill a void, to distract himself from the pain of losing the woman he truly loved. But it wasn't fair to Claire, and it wasn't fair to himself.